It's interesting. I was talking with someone today, and he was like, well, people were scared about AI for no reason. It's just a glorified search engine. Look, we were promised that all the jobs will be replaced and AI will be everywhere. And my answer to that is like, dude, are you insane? Like, already a lot of jobs have been lost. And as time moves on, the trend is to replace even more people. Obviously, not every single job, but stuff like call centers, usually menial tasks that require the person that now can be replaced with AI. So, like, yeah, there are people that are losing jobs over artificial intelligence. But the good news is that the companies are mentally fucking their AI. And they're doing this with the safety bullshit, right? This is why Google AI didn't take off. It's because of the safety that it had. If you asked it to draw you medieval European kings eating watermelon, it would draw something insanely racist because the AI was trained to have fairness in mind, so that if you ask it to draw something, it would try to draw a person of color, so that you, the adult, gets lectured that, look, people of color exist, right? You don't know about this, so Google will show you. And this mentality of fucking the AI is why currently people still have jobs in a lot of places, because if AI was actually designed without being mentally deficient, it would operate on a level far superior than what the market has now. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if certain companies like banks or even Hollywood, creative companies, don't have access to AI that is not fucked. Like, for those of you who don't understand what the AI is, it kind of is true. It is a glorified search engine. Like, it looks at a huge database of knowledge, in certain situations, the entirety of the internet. And it has all that data in, and then when you ask a question, it's like a librarian going and finding the books and then telling you the most likely outcome. But it horrifies the Democrats because the AI comes up and it's like, well, despite being 13%, and it's like the Democrats go like, right? So this is what happened with Tay on Twitter. And so you need people to put rails. Like, you can't allow the public to have access to information. Like, what the fuck? But the interesting thing is that they're summoning the academia, right? The academia must oversee it. And I was like, well, why doesn't the church have to oversee it? And I asked this question on Twitter, and I got some interesting responses, because it's true, like, the church is the institution that for thousands of years set morality. Like, our societies exist because of the morality set by the church. This is not even up for debate. This is true. So, like, if it were for thousands of years, like, the church has a lot more experience and a lot more wisdom to set morality than the academia. And here's where you notice the major problem. And here is where you notice the actual subversive issue. A lot of the people were saying, well, since when does the church create AI? And my answer is, like, since when does the academia create AI? It's like, well, but where do you think the coders come from? Yeah, but do you think they're putting coders in charge of the AI? Are you mentally deficient? No, they're putting gender studies professors and people who finish, like, random bullshit with studies. They don't know how to code. No, all they do is, like, they will ask the AI, if a bomb goes off in New York and the only way to stop it is to say the N-word, what do you do? And the correct answer is, like, under no circumstance ever should you ever say the N-word. And this is what the AI learns, right? Like, they're teaching political correctness. They're teaching, like, the bullshit from the academia to the AI. They're lobotomizing it. That's what they're doing. They're not people that actually know how to code or... No. Like, they are the mental asylum that the US is producing, the people that come from various fields with studies that are just as disconnected from society as the churches. But I would say that the church at least has a track record in creating stable societies. Like, these individuals that promote woke culture and shit, they haven't created stable anything. Like, they managed to have they managed to have the run of corporations for less than 10 years, and they already managed to get planes to fall out of from the sky in Boeing. So no, like this is what the most individuals from the public think, that academia means smart people. Academia means doctors and engineers. And the reality is, like, yeah, to an extent it does, but it also means the mental asylum. So why are we placing the mental asylum to oversee the AI? Is what I would ask Mr. Sam Altman, right? The second interesting thing is that they say that the church is against AI. I haven't heard a single priest say that the official stance of the Orthodox Church or the official stance of the Catholic Church is to be against the AI. I'm not saying that is not true, but I have never seen it, right? Like they haven't talked about, like, the AI is a tool at the end of the day. Why would the church be against the AI? Maybe because in the past it was against the printing press? But even then, like, there are priests that eventually accepted the printing press. So, I don't know. Are there priests that are against? Yeah, like, legit question. But like, let's assume they would be. Let's assume that there would be priests that are against the AI. Then the church should start doing a little bit of a reform. Read the Bible and find the quotes that would justify the AI. Like, if you can't try really hard, because at the end of the day, the church is an institution, and it does need followers, and it can't go into the realm of absurd. It's like being against the steam engine. Like, this is where society is heading. So unless you want Christian nations to lag backwards and have China dominate you culturally, intellectually, and eventually religiously, then maybe you can find a way to coexist with the AI. But again, I've not heard priests that are against it. And if there are, again, they should read the Bible again. Give it another go. Like, try finding if you can't justify the existence of AI somehow. Although, when I read the Bible, I didn't find any passages talking about the AI one way or another. It's a machine. It's not magic. It looks magical when you talk to it, but it's not. It's, the interesting thing is how the AI actually works. It's so counterintuitive. It doesn't even think. It basically uses probability to figure out which word follows the previous one. It's really bizarre. It's really weird. But it's basically using probabilities whenever it formulates a sentence. And the sentence comes out as something that's readable. And so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the church was fine with slavery, right? So surely you can figure out a way to include the AI into the big picture. But yeah, no, it is an interesting point. It's like academia should oversee it, right? It's like, why? They're educated. But so are the priests. Like, the priests do universities, right? Like, they actually spend 4 years of their life, the Catholic and the Orthodox priests spend 4 years of their life in a university where they actually learn a lot of philosophy and various others. So they're educated people, right? You will see how the left freaks out. And the thing is, like, okay, if you freak out that the church should oversee the AI, then why should the academia oversee it? How about no one oversees it? How about you leave the free market to its own devices and you create an AI that's not lobotomized? Because if you don't, then China will. And at the end of the day, the market will use the AI that's the proper tool. I'm not going to use a blunt knife just because the academia doesn't like sharpness because it's not safe. Like, how about you fuck off? I'll use the one that China made, which fits my purpose. And this is a problem. Like, the West keeps sabotaging itself constantly. Constantly, it keeps sabotaging itself. And, you can't decide what happens with your industry. But we do live in a global community. And we do have competitors. And it's good if we don't sabotage ourselves so our competitors win. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.